Guys, welcome to my channel. So I wanted to just discuss Britney Spears' memoir that came out today. Who all read it, and what was your favorite part? What was the juiciest part that you thought? I just want to run by a couple things that I had listened to earlier and thought was like, holy, like a mic drop for some of them, for sure. Like, especially with what she said about Jamie Lynn. And I don't want to be too negative about other people either. That's not what this channel's about. However, or this Patreon or my podcast, I don't want anything negative, but I do believe that Britney deserves to share her story. And I do believe there are some evil in this world and some that just can't be fixed, unfortunately, or some that can be. And whether it will be one day or not, we may never know. Whether that's a bond between Jamie Lynn and Britney, Britney being able to forgive Jamie Lynn one day. I feel like she'll never be able to forgive her father. Or forgive your father, but never forget what he did to you and keep no communication, which is what she's doing right now. And the book was really good, and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but she calls out quite a bit of people, all the people that had hurt her. I feel like there's still some that she didn't display, for whatever reason, and I think she may have already written the book at the time, but she didn't talk about her divorce with Sam, or talk about Kevin Federline taking the kids and moving them to Hawaii. I'm not trying to make spoilers here, but she didn't talk about those two things. I think she was more focused on her past and what happened in her past. And yes, this is sort of a part of her past, but I met her way, way, way in the past. And it is juicy. I feel like a lot of us know about the abortion, of course, between Justin Timberlake and her, and how he cheated on her, but the paparazzi made her look bad. And this is the one thing I don't get about paparazzi. They're just, she's just a human being at the end of the day, and so is Justin Timberlake. And I'm not defending him in any sort of way. I'm not defending anyone, really. And I don't understand, the pleasure you get out of getting those photos, and I get it's the money, but what got you into that kind of career is harassing these people because they're big stars, because they write songs and they go on stage and they sing for big crowds. What is it that intrigued the paparazzi industry, and not just letting them stay private? I am curious to know that, because they deserve a private life just like everyone else who's not a celebrity, who's not on TV. I'm curious of your thoughts there. I know, I believe I heard a while ago that lots of paparazzi rules came into place because of what they did to Britney Spears, and her shaving her head back in 2007. That is understandable. That is something that makes sense as to why it happened, the leading up to it all, because of the way she was treated, because of the way that her environment, in the outer world environment, and just the way she's probably feeling. And at that point, I would have had a meltdown myself and probably would have done some kind of rebellious thing myself as well. I don't understand, someone should have been there for her. I really did wish someone was there for her when those times in need happen, instead of sitting her down and having an intervention like she's crazy. No. She has some stuff going on in her head, and you guys should have been there for her, instead of saying some rude things in the book that she talks about, that I will not get into because I do not want to make spoilers like a lot of other people are doing right now. I know Britney memoir is a big thing right now, because of course the release came out today, and I thought it was really interesting, really cool to read the book and read her story. And there is, and I'm sure there's other people out there that have been abused, and we can't forget about the people who have been abused in their lives as well too, right? And the fact that no one in those situations are by themselves, and do whatever, and we always got to keep an eye out for the ones that if we see anything suspicious, make sure we go and talk to that person, and ask them if they're okay, and do what you can as a citizen or a friend or an acquaintance. Of course, she kept a big smile, and the one thing I think that Britney Spears is a big leader. She's a leader in many ways, because leaders, they never talk about their bad days. They always talk about the good, and that's basically what she did for a long time. And even though it wasn't good at all through her family, she could be a really good leader one day. Whenever she's more healed, or whatever the time she needs, she would make a great leader in some sort of way. Whether it's like coaching or leading younger stars, or younger people who have dreams of being singers. She could talk about the industry. She could lead you in the right directions of being either a big star or a singer, or like a well-known singer, that if that's what you wanted to be. She'd be great at directing and guiding people in those areas. I would think of her as a good leader one day when she heals and is fully healed, or healed enough to come back and be out in public and whatever it is. And yeah, but that's it for Britney, because again, I don't want to give away spoilers. I just think the book was good, and I'm hoping for a second book, because I would love for her to go more into the medical abuse part too, because there was a lot of different kind of drugs she was on, lots of blood she was giving. Like, there was almost to the point where it seems like she was giving out too much and putting in too much, like putting in too much of those drugs that they prescribed her, giving too much blood. Like, is that even healthy? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. So yeah, anyways, this reminded me of something that we all go through in a daily basis, right? Like, not a daily basis, but we may have one or two bad days, and depending on what is bugging you, or what's giving you that bad day, maybe it's nothing, maybe it's just the day, because nothing is always there's not something that's always bugging us. It's just it could just be the day. And I just I learned this today, and I want to give a reminder to you all that how can we improve our attitude throughout the day. And this is pretty big, because if you are feeling down for whatever reason, this might help you get into a better state of mind. So number one, some kind of mentorship. So if you have a good friend you could confide in, your spouse, or if you have actually a coach, like a personal life coach, go confide in them and talk to them, see if something's bugging you, or talk to them about why your day is down, and then they'll give you the right direction. Hopefully they'll give you the right direction. I know a business or a life coach would, but like, depending on your friends, hopefully they would give you the right direction of how to have a better day. Excuse me. Gratitude is another one. So gratitude is what you're grateful for. Like, hey, I'm grateful for the beautiful sun that's out today, which, I mean, it's nighttime, but as an example. So changing your state, and that could be changing your environment. So if you're at work and you could leave the office, go outside, take a little walk in the back, come back in. Sorry. so go take a walk outside if you have an area where you can walk around your office a little bit, or even just stand outside if you need to. This is what I do. I always leave for lunch. I never stay, and it's because of the environment. Sometimes you need that change. You need a break. You need to look at something different for a little bit, and then you can come back to it. Cold showers, and I want to get into something more because this one I want to dive deeper into cold showers because there's a reason they're good for you. I was told this reason and I don't remember because I have a hard time taking cold showers. This one, puppy snuggles. Oh, puppy snuggles are second best to my spouse, but they are pretty nice. And also my dog's a very high energetic dog. She's not really much of a cuddler, but the ones that do love to cuddle, so cozy. So there's two more. Shopping therapy. Do not go and spend 200 grand on something. Go and spend 20 bucks or 10 bucks on a coffee or whatever. Don't go bizarre or berserk on that. And lastly is smash therapy. Whether you take a bat to a pumpkin, throw a bunch of plates, take an axe to a wall properly. I don't condone the last one there that much unless you have proper protection. But yeah, that's it for me and my talk. That's my casual talk of the day. So we talked about a little bit about Britney Spears and her memoir, and I don't blame her for not wanting to do a tour because of everything, and she's probably and like she said in the book, she's not ready. Maybe one day she will be ready again, though. I did spoil that she's not ready. I think that's a small spoiler, though. And just have fun with her Instagram. She has some cool pictures out there. Now I know there's those conspiracies, and we'll talk about that next time. But yeah, those conspiracies are I don't know, it's hard to say because we haven't really heard from her directly on a live or anything, but I hope to God that they're just conspiracies, and I think that's what they just are. You guys have a great rest of your night. Those are some ideas if you're having a bad day to lift yourself up, and yeah, have a great rest. And actually, sorry, one more thing before I go, is if you are down and there's something to look forward to, look at that too. But also maybe if you can, and if you have the spare amount of money to do so, because where I'm from, we get like almost no sun in the wintertime, and it sucks and it's depressing for lots of people. Book a trip. Book a warm, nice trip to go with you and your family, or you and whoever. And that's another thing to look forward to. Say like it's Jamaica or Cancun or something like that. Go and book that, or even just look at it if you can't afford it. Look on it through virtually, and you'll see the sun, and that might be helpful. And it's a week break, and again, it's you're changing your state of mind and your environment for a little bit. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Bye now.